Hello, welcome to banddirectors.com. My name is Anthony Arabia with the Madison Scouts. I'm the captain head for the Colorguard this summer, and if you are joining us now, we are actually just in the middle of stretch block for the morning. A lot of things that we do as far as stretching are concerned are for the entire body, and they're mainly focused for the Colorguard. We will spend about a half an hour every morning on stretch, and it's usually the same stretch that we do every morning that could pretty much help out any program, whether you march a lot or you just do a little bit of marching stuff. The stuff that we do, the basics that we do, the stretches that we do, help out mainly the body, the core, which is the stomach area, and then out from there we do everything else. The core stretches that we do involve sit-ups, and the very first thing that we do takes about 5-10 minutes to do those. And that just isolates the center and the core of the body, which is where all movement starts from. From there we do some more movements, some more stretches that will focus on the back of the legs, they'll focus on the chest, the arms, the head, the neck, the torso. Because the Colorguard is so involved in the program, and because the Colorguard moves around a lot around the field, their main reason for being on the field is to enhance what the core is doing. So they have to move a lot, and in that movement it's required they need to stretch so that they don't hurt themselves during the course of the day. The stretch they do in the morning for the first half hour to 45 minutes every day will set up the program as far as how they approach the rest of the day, and how they stretch, how they maintain their body conditioning for the rest of the day. Where they are right now is in the middle of stretch block for about maybe 20 more minutes. So we take literally 30 to 45 minutes every day to stretch out, so that stretch is sustained throughout the rest of the day. The stretches that they do range from sit-ups in the morning, sit-ups at first, to some yoga positions, going into across the floors, and the across floors that we do, pretty much every exercise that we do in the morning will, at some point in the day, attach itself to a part in the show. So the things that we do in warm-up will always be in part of the show for the most part. Most things that we do are sometimes for strengthening rather, but most of the things that we do apply to some part of the show. So that is where we are right now. Not that they do the splits in the show, but they do help with the stretch. The split helps with the rotation, helps with turnout of the hips, helps with widening out your positions. So the wider your positions are, the more stretch you have, the easier the stretches are, the easier the performing is, because you can reach your full potential, your full maximum, every time you're doing any kind of a stretch or part of the show. One of the things that could probably help every band director, every band program, would be the morning stretch. Would be to stretch out for maybe even if only a brief period of time in the beginning, 10, 15, 20 minutes. The reason that the stretch is so important for the entire band, whether it's a beginning band, advanced band, or anywhere in between, is that it helps you, at the very least, establish your core and establish your center, which is where everything starts from. When you have a step off, when you have a hold, and you take that first step, or every step that you take, whether it's a large step, an 8 to 5, or bigger than that, or smaller than that, everything originates from your center. So you have to have a strong center and be aware of where that center is, so that when you do take that first step, you're engaging from your center. And I think that when the stretches are established and you are doing maybe a few sit-ups, or you're doing some crunches, or something of that nature, you're establishing yourself, the center of your body for the rest of the day. You're establishing out that step off, so that when you do step off, you know how to lift and how to engage from your center. Also, stretching can be part of the show. The exercises that you do in the morning will just simply move from the stretch block into the show. Some of the things that we do here, and again that any band program can do as well, would be to establish those parts in the show where you want to do some movement section, whether it's just pointing your foot or maybe a small little dance routine. When you do that stuff every day, the repetition of that will make that program easier and will make that program better, because the repetition is so constant and it happens every single day. When you do those situations, or when you do those movements every single day, it helps the program get better. And pretty soon, without realizing it, the program is better. And then once you go back to the next season, you've already established that opening program, you've already established that opening movement program with the band. So from that moment, from when you come back the following year, they're already that much better, and you can improve on that. And then your range of movement skills becomes more. And the more range of movement you have, the more you can put in the show, and the more the visual program will be enhanced, as well as the program itself.